Hello friends, today we are going to study the topic of final account of banking company in the subject of Advanced Financial Accounting MCOM semester 3. Before starting the topic, let us first study what are the important elements of this topic. Let's now see the introduction. Banking companies in India are governed by Banking Regulation Act 1949, which come into force from 16th March 1949 as per Section 2 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Provisions of the Companies Act 1956 are applicable to banking companies in the absence of any special provision to that effect in the Banking Regulation Act 1949. This is the short introduction of this topic. Let's now see what is meant by banking and banking company. Meaning of banking and banking company. As per section 5b, banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from the public, repayable on demand of otherwise and withdrawable by check, draft or otherwise. And a banking company means any company which translates the business of banking in India. However, any company which accepts deposits of money from public merely for the purpose of financing its business of manufacturing or trading shall not be deemed to transact the business of banking. Here is a brief introduction and meaning of this topic. Now let's learn what is important legal provision. There are 8 types and 8 sections mentioned in this provision, which is very important with this concept. First is licensing of banking companies, section 22, in that no banking company can carry on business in banking in India and let it hold a license issued by Reserve Bank of India. Permission of RBI is required for opening a new place or business or changing the existing place of business in India or outside India. RBI, while granting license, ensure for financial soundness of the purpose bank. Next is prohibiting trading. Section A banking company is not allowed to deal directly or indirectly in buying and selling of goods. Disposal of immovable property. Section 9. In that a banking company is not allowed to acquire except that is required for its own use. However, it is allowed to grant loans for advances against the security of such asset. Such assets are known as non-banking asset. A banking company must dispose of immovable property except that is required for its own business within a period of 7 years from the date of acquisition of such asset. Next is minimum aggregate value of paid up capital and reserve. Section 11. The minimum limits of paid up capital and reserve is as follows. Companies incorporated outside India. First is, if it has no place in Mumbai or Kolkata, rupees 15 lakh. And second is, if it has place of business in Mumbai or Kolkata or both, rupees 20 lakh rupees. Company incorporated in India. First is for a banking company having place of business in more than one state, including place of business in the city of Mumbai, Kolkata or both, rupees 10 lakh. In the place of business is situated in one state or non-Mumbai or Kolkata, rupees 10 lakh plus 10,000 for each of the other place in the district in which it has its principal place of business plus rupees 25,000 for each place elsewhere in the state subject to maximum of rupees 5 lakh. Fourth one is management, section 10. The management of bank shall be in the hands of duties constitute board of director, one of the whom shall be chairman, who is appointed for a period not exceeding 5 years. 51% of the directors must have specialized knowledge of accountancy, agriculture, banking, corporation, economics, finance, law, and small scale industries. Next is capital structure, section 12. No banking company shall carry any business if the subscribed capital is less than 50% of its authorized capital and paid up capital is less than 50% of its subscribed capital. Share capital should include only ordinary shares. Next is commission on sale of shares, section 13. A banking company cannot pay commission on sale of shares exceeding 2.5% of the paid up value of share. Next is statutory reserve, section 17 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 lays down that every business company incorporated in India shall create a reserve fund out of the balance of profit of each year as disclosed in the profit and loss account and before any dividend is declared. Transfer to reserve fund a sum equivalent to not less than 50% of such profit. The RBI has asked the bank to transfer higher percent of, for example, 25% of net profit to reserve fund, train the financial position of the bank. Last is restrictions on payment of dividend. As per section 15 of the Banking Regulation Act, no bank shall pay any dividend on its shares until all its capital expenses have been completely written off. These are the important legal provisions that we have just studied 8 types with sections. Now we'll study the different types of deposit. Acceptancy of deposit is the primary function of banking company. A bank may accept deposit on different accounts which may be discussed as follows. First is fixed deposit. The deposit get a high rate on interest on fixed deposit as the money is deposited for a fixed period which is minimum of 30 days. Second, savings bank deposit. The type of deposit is usually preferred by fixed income earners such as salaried people. Presently, banks are allowed to give an interest up to 3.5% per annum on savings bank deposits. Next is current accounts. This is an account for which there were no restriction on deposit and withdrawal. The business concerned with numerous bank transactions. Open a current account, not interest is given on current account by a banking company. And fourth, recurring deposit account. This is an account where the depositor has to deposit a fixed amount every month. The rate of interest is equivalent to that the fixed deposit account depending on a period of maturity. These are the types of deposit and you want to mention them solving the problem. Similarly, let's now study the types of advance. Also there are 4 types. First is term loan. These are the advances given by a bank to customer. The amount is repayable over a value period. Generally along one interest is charged on the balance of loan accounting. And second, cash credit. This is an arrangement whereby a customer is given a certain limit up to which we can draw amount from the bank. Unlike term loan, the entire amount is not drawn at one but utilized at and when needed by the customers. Next is overdraft. This arrangement is similar to that of cash credit in the sense that the current account holder is allowed to withdraw more amount than the deposit overdraw from an account. This facility is usually of a temporary nature, whereas cash credit is more or less a permanent arrangement. And next and last, discounting of bill. When a creditor draws a bill upon a direct debtor and needs immediate payment, he approaches a bank for discounting the bill. There are other facilities extended to customers. First is collection of bills. Beside discounting the bills bank may receive from customers will only for collection, for the bill will be handed over by drawer to his banker. The banker will present into drawee on the due date collection of proceed and create some to customer account. A commission will be charged to the customers for the service. Second, acceptance endorsement extra. When a bank accepts endorse bill behalf of its customers, the bank undertake a liability averse the party which agree to receive such bills, and the bank has corresponding claim against the customer on whole behalf it had accepted or endorsed the bill. Such items is disclosed at contingent item. Third is demand draft. This is a mode of transfer of money from one place to other. Fourth, mail transfer and telegraphic transfer. Just like demand draft, money can be transferred from one place to another by a mail transfer or telegraphic transfer. In this case of mail transfer or telegraphic transfer, the basic does not issue any documents to the customer but merely inform its agent or another branch either by ordinary post, mail transfer and telegraphic transfer to create a certain sum of money to the account of the person instructed by its customer earlier. Fifth, traveler's check. A person going on a travel may carry traveler's check instead of carrying cash. The customer taking a traveler check has to deposit full money in advance at the issuing bank. The traveler's check can be encashed at any other authorized service center or can be used as a mode of payment for purchase. 6. Letter of credit. This is a letter from a banker to his agent or correspondent either at home or abroad requesting him to advance to the person named in the letter a certain sum of money upon the credit of the winner and charge the amount advanced to the amount of the letter or drawn up as may be detailed in the letter. Now let's see the preparation of financial statement. Section 29. The accounts of banking companies should be closed on 31st March every year. In practice, bank also close the accounts on 30th September for internal purpose, means half yearly closing. Audit. Section 30. Accounts must be audited by a person who is duly qualified under the law. However, every banking company must obtain the approval of the RBI. Submission of accounts. Section 31 and 32. Free copies of the balance sheet and profit and loss account prepared under Section 29 together with auditor's report under Section 30 must be submitted to the RBI within 3 months from the end of the period to which they refer. It is compulsory for every bank to file with the Register of Companies free copies of its account and auditor's report. Publication of accounts. The Banking Companies Rule 1949 prescribes that accounts and auditors' reports shall be published in the newspaper circulating at a place where the banking company has its principals of fees within 6 months from the end of the period which they relate. Inspection. RBI can conduct inspection of the books of account they at any time or on receiving direction from the central government. There are some bankers' books. Following books are mentioned by a bank to keep up-to-date records of its customers. Books of account. Principal books of account. First, general ledger. Control accounts of all personal ledger. Profit and loss account. Asset account. Contra account. Profit and loss ledger. Second, accounts of revenue items and accounts of expenses items. Then subsidiary books. First is personal ledger, current accounts ledger, savings bank account ledger, fixed deposit ledger, loan ledger, overdraft ledger, cash credit ledger, customer acceptance, endorsement and guarantees ledger. Second is bill registers, inward bill for collection, how to earn bill for collection, bills discounted and purchased the register, and 3. Subsidiary register, demand draft, telegraphic transfer and mail transfer. Issue on branches and other agencies, demand draft, telegraphic transfer and mail transfer received from branches and agencies, letters of credit, letters of guarantee. 4. Departmental journal, cash department, receiving cashier's cash book, paying cashier's cash book, main cash book, cash balance book, clearing department, loan and overdraft department, deposit department. Establishment department, general and statistical books. Introduction. Meaning of banking and banking company. Different types of deposit, different types of advance, other facility extended to customers. This is the brief summary of this topic. These factors are extremely important from the examination point of view.